45. We are back with Max Tegmark. Tegmark. He is a professor at MIT and author of Our Mathematical Universe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on.
Yeah, it's good. We always say, it's just good to talk to real smart motherfuckers like yourself. And you're going to talk to us a bit about managing the artificial intelligence risk. First off, what is artificial intelligence? Is it the Siri in my phone? Is that AI?
The Siri in your phone is still pretty stupid compared to a typical human, right? But what artificial intelligence is really all about is us trying to create even smarter motherfuckers in machine form in a way that can help us live our lives even better. There's so many things that cause problems because we can't figure out how to do things right. And if we can amplify our own intelligence with machine intelligence and get better answers, that could be awesome. Those of you listening to this right now from your car, many of you have already outsourced your GPS to focus on the navigation, for example. That's an example of narrow, not very smart AI, but something that's very useful. But what we're hoping to do down the road as a community, people, is making machines that can help us with basically everything.
So, Max, how far along are we? What's the smartest shit that we're working with right now as far as artificial intelligence goes?
Right now, we have cars that can drive a lot better than most people. No offense to our listeners. There are computer programs that can look at pictures and as accurately as humans tell you exactly what's in them. Machines are gradually getting better at things like translation. But people are still not at the point where, for example, they can have a machine take away my job as a professor or take away your job as a host of this show.
So what are the risks of artificial intelligence, Max?
Well, in the very near term, there are a lot of people who want to make drones that can just use artificial intelligence and go kill people without any human intervention. And there are a lot of AI scientists who think that's a really bad idea. Biologists, for example, they were very much against using biology to build biological weapons, and then President Nixon pushed for banning that, and now nobody in the world is using biology for things like that. They're using it instead to save lives and create better medicine. And in the same way, artificial intelligence researchers generally want to use their science for good, not just to create new weapons that might fall into the hands of terrorists for doing awful stuff. Another risk in the near term is, of course, if machines get to do all our jobs better and cheaper than we can do, well, how are we going to make a living? And there's a lot of interesting discussion about that. And finally, in the longer term, if we can create machines that are actually better than us at everything, are we going to be able to still stay in control, or do we have to worry about machines having so much power when maybe they have different goals from our goals? So there's a lot of really cool discussion that's happening now in the AI community about these questions.
What do you think a machine's goal would be?
Oh, whatever you program it to be initially. If you're a chess computer, all you care about is winning chess games. If you're a car, self-driving car, your goal is just to get from A to B. But it's very important to remember that it's not so easy necessarily to make sure the machine actually has the goal you want. If you tell your self-driving car to take you to the airport as fast as possible, it might get you there chased by helicopters and covered in vomit. And you'll be like, no, that's not what I meant. And the car will be like, that's exactly what you asked for. So
then what if I was like, fuck that car, that's not what I said? Then what would it say?
That's exactly what you said. But the point is, of course, that's not what you
said. What if I was like, suck my dick, car?
If you tell a human, the human will understand that what you really meant was you can get there as fast as possible without getting into doing anything too dangerous. And so there's a lot of interesting research now to see how can computers figure out what people actually value. And,
you're saying like AI isn't there where it can pick up the subtle differences in like the English language as like, slang and shit like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and more importantly, they often don't understand what we want. Like we had the flash crash on Wall Street a little while back where all of a sudden these computers, which were programmed to make money, lost millions and millions of dollars in just a minute or less. And the programmers were like, damn it, this isn't what we wanted. But that's exactly what they had programmed the computer to do inadvertently. So basically, there's a big movement in the community now to just basically see how can we shift the goal of the field from just having machines which are really good at doing random stuff to actually being really good at doing what we really want them to do.
Let's talk about our mathematical universe. Do you deal with any of that in that book?
Yeah, in my book, I talk a lot about what intelligence really is and how our minds really work. And I find, the basic message of my book really is that we need to think big because we have totally underestimated the potential of life to flourish in the future and do awesome things. And we've underestimated the power of our own human minds to figure stuff out. And the most dramatic technology change we're going to see in our lifetime, I think, is going to come precisely from understanding our minds and getting more and more artificial intelligence. So this is very, very important that we get right, because there's a huge upside if we do and a huge downside if we don't.
Well, I want to thank you for calling up and discussing it with us a bit. We got Max Tegmark. The book is Our Mathematical Universe. You can follow Max at tegmark.com, and Max is also the professor at MIT. Thank you so much, Max.
Thank you. And actually, futureoflife.org is where you can read a lot about this AI stuff. Thank you so much.
That was Max. Thank you.